The stars shone brightly over the waterfall that was deep in the forest. The events of the past season had attracted the attention of StarClan and set into motion a new story. Although there was no cat who could yet hear StarClan clearly, a prophecy had already been born. Now the stars waited for the cats who would walk upon this new path, and whose choices would decide the fate of so many. Through the stars, the prophecy read, "When the lion shines and the branch falls, as the moss treads upon two lines, one shall learn and the other shall lie. One shall enter the forest and the other the darkness. And all shall learn the cost it takes to make an ally, an enemy, a lover. To find the path the light shall take, the doe must be found in the place where things are not as they seem." Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Sims 3 Warrior Cats Challenge. And we are here with Mossleaf, who is wandering on by, and unfortunately she has managed to get some fleas again, which is so annoying. But we are here with Mossleaf. It is the middle of the night. It is the first night that she has new cats here in her forest. So we actually still have Lion's Son, who is sound asleep on, oh, he's dreaming of fish. Look at the tiny little fish. You see those tiny fish? Oh, that's so cute. But we are here with Lion's Son, who is sound asleep on the mushroom. We have Honey Wish, who is sleeping in one of the trees. We say that these are little tree hollows. And Dawnstep, who is also sleeping on top one of the tree hollows and dreaming of not getting a bath. So apparently she does not enjoy having a bath. So that is good to know about her. But yes, so what you guys just saw at the very beginning is the prophecy, the very first chapter in Mossleaf's clan. And we're going to see what's going to happen with that prophecy. It's actually one that you guys suggested in comments, and I have taken it, altered it, and we're running with it. And there actually is a very special story that's going to be unfolding, but it will unfold at its own time. For tonight, you will at least know that you have the prophecy. StarClan is beginning to hear the cries and the duties, and just, you know, they're getting to know that the cats are up to something here in Mossleaf's clan. We're actually going to have her come over and eat this nuthatch, I think. So they're starting to acknowledge that this could potentially be a clan, but I feel like there needs to probably be a big special event. There has to be some sort of significant bond that is given between all of the cats before they could really be called a clan, and that might have to do with the prophecy that we've got. So things are going to get very interesting there. There's our little spider. There's our little trilobite beetle. Ooh, we should move the spider. Let's move the spider over into the medicine cat's little grotto, actually, and we might have to make sure that we don't have anybody coming over here and trying to eat what the medicine cat leaves over here, because if we lose the plasma bug and the blowfish, that could be a big blow. But we do not yet have a proper medicine cat, and that is actually why Mossleaf is just getting these snippets of dreams. She's not getting a solid dream that has to do with the prophecies. She's not really getting a solid dream that has to do with whether or not, if she established these guys, if it would be properly called a clan yet. So we're going to see where that goes. She's still just trying to fill out the other cats, see how she feels about Lion's Son, how she feels about Honey Wish, how she feels about Dawnstep. And Dawnstep, as you guys may have heard, when the lion shines and the branch falls, Dawnstep's mate Branchpelt may have something to do with that prophecy, and we'll just have to see which path that prophecy takes. I'm not going to say I've already determined what's going to happen with the cats, just that there's some very interesting storylines that are starting to come into play, and I think that Branchpelt might be coming to visit and to see whether or not this is a territory that he might be interested in taking over pretty soon. Branchpelt's definitely the kind of cat, kind of like Lion's Son, you know, an independent male who might want to sort of see if they can help establish a territory of their own. So we'll have to see whether or not those two get along. He is friends with Honey Wish, and that's the other thing. Honey Wish appears to have a very strong friendship with Lion's Son. So she probably has followed Lion's Son over here to try to see what he's going to do, and maybe or maybe not. She didn't have, maybe she has something in mind. Maybe she thinks he'd be a very handsome mate to any of her kits. Maybe she's just been too shy to admit it to him. Maybe Mossleaf will get there first, so we're gonna have to see what happens there. But I think we know what will probably happen there. Meanwhile, Mossleaf is starting to mark clan territory, which is a good thing. We have so much clan territory to mark. And then we'll go ahead and we might let her go and sniff Dawnstep or Honey Wish, depending on whoever wakes up first. Maybe improve her hunting skill by looking for some prey items. We could turn over this rat. We could turn in this rodent and go ahead and get a flea bath too. So that might be very, very useful. Oh, I'm so excited, you guys. The prophecy has started. Oh, there's going to be so many things going on. You guys just wait. Every episode, every day that we have another chapter in this story is just going to get better and better. Oh, I'm so excited. All right, and Honey Wish wants to actually play with Dawnstep. So it seems like the cats are, like Honey Wish is slowly, she wants to play with a cat toy. She's slowly like trying to socialize with some of the cats here. Apparently, Lion Sun, I think because she's a shy cat, she's just gotten really attached to Lion Sun. And maybe she doesn't know how to... oh, she wants to go watch a little turtle. Oh my gosh. Go do it. Go do it. You can do it. Come on, Honey Wish. You can do it. But yeah, maybe because she's a shy cat, that's why she's really attached to the Lion Sun. But she hasn't really, you know, said anything too particular to him about maybe becoming mates. So let's go ahead. We're going to have Mossleaf use the litter box. And then we'll see if she can come over kind of late at night. But we'll see if we can say hello to Honey Wish. Oh, look at little Honey Wish. Oh, that's so cute. I don't think she has any hunting skill yet. So this might be like, look at her. She's like, what? What's happening here? But look at all the abundant prey. There's even a little cardinal right behind her. This area is super abundant. Do you like, Honey Wish, do you like turtles? Is that something you're kind of into? Oh my gosh, this is adorable. I think she likes turtles. And meanwhile, this cardinal back here is making a lot of noise. So we might send over, let's send Mossleaf over as soon as she's done. And then we can perhaps, you know, socialize with Honey Wish a little bit. We want to sniff her. Honey Wish doesn't really want anything to do with her. Oh, she wants to go scratch that. Well, we're not going to have that happen. Come over here. She's like, I really want to. Too bad, Honey Wish. All right, let's see. Mossleaf wants to come over. Friendly, sniff. We'll see how they interact there. The cats actually have a tremendous amount of social interaction that I didn't even realize when we first got started on this. All right, so this is kind of Mossleaf's territory, so I feel like she would sort of... Oh, there you go, Honey Wish. Oh, they actually got along. Oh my goodness. She wants to playfully chase Mossleaf. What? Yay. Mossleaf also wants a flea bath. So we might turn that rat over to Willow in just a little bit. So let's see. Playfully chase. She actually wants to playfully chase with Mossleaf. This is really cool. Oh, you guys, look at this. Oh, look at the ladies. Oh my gosh, look, they're like playing with each other with the big oak tree that's going to stand in as like one of our meeting places for this clan. They're just playing with each other with the little fireflies flashing around under them. Oh, that is so sweet. I love it. They're actually playing chase, and there's a snake over here. Okay, remember, if we hunt snakes, it's like a little bit of a risk. Oh, Honey Wish, look at you. And they're becoming a little bit more hyper every time they play. Oh, that's adorable. That is so adorable. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh, that's so cute. That's so cute. I mean, look at that. Look at that. They're playing. They're playing under the sun, like under the sun, under the suns of the butts of the little bugs, under the bugs. They're playing over here under the stars. Oh, Honey Wish, good job. That's making me really happy. And meanwhile, Lion Sun over here really wants to scratch something, and he wants to survey the land. He wants to sniff Otter Slip and Doe Gaze and Silver Fang and Briarstalk. Well, they're not here, so you can't play in a toilet, sir. Visit a graveyard. This is one heck of an adventurous cat. I will tell you what. All right, we're going to swap some of these out. I'm not going to put the visit a graveyard thing in here, but you know what? That actually makes me feel like he might make a good leader if he's thinking about like visiting graveyards and doing things like that, because that sounds very much like something a cat who would be interested in like surveying territory and having a little bit of the adventurous quality I think a leader would need might do. Whoops, I've gone out of the territory. Didn't mean to do that. All right, and I think we'll go ahead. I think there's only 2 territory markers that haven't been scratched, and I think one of them is over here. And we've pretty much scratched all the other ones. I really need to come up with an easier way to mark them. And so we'll let Lion's Son come over and help out with the territory marking. That is so cool. And these two are still playing under the fireflies. Oh, I wonder what we could use fireflies for in terms of, like the medicine cat needs. So we don't have a medicine cat just yet, and that may or may not have something to do with the prophecy. After all, the prophecy did say that there's no cat, like StarClan realizes there's no cat here just yet who they can directly talk to. They can just send little snippets to them. Oh, that was so fun. So these two actually did get to play. So I think Honey Wish, now that she's settling in a little bit, maybe isn't quite as tense as we thought she might be. All right, and then let's go ahead and we'll have this little one. Mossleaf can trade in her rat and get a flea bath from Willow. So we'll have her do that. And Honey Wish, we can send on over, and she actually wants to play with a cat toy. And this is actually a little ball that we are calling a rock, and we're using that as a cat toy to train the cats who have never hunted before, which is actually almost all of them. So Mossleaf is currently the only active hunter in the entire clan. So, and it's not really quite even a proper clan just yet. Look at it! Look at it! It's a little pygmy hedgehog! Oh my gosh, we'll try to catch that pygmy hedgehog. And Lion's Son is doing his part marking territory. All right, and Dawnstep, what are you doing, my friend? She's just off to go jump onto something. She wants to explore under something. There's no toilet to play in. She just wants to play on. So she's a hyper pet, so she just wants to like play somewhere. She just wants to play anywhere. So we'll let Dawnstep go by. And I think her mate, Branch Pelt, might be stopping by, but there's definitely a little bit of a competition between... Oh my gosh! Mossleaf! She's going after that pygmy hedgehog. Oh gosh, this looks so violent. Did she get it? Did she get it? Ah, she didn't catch the creature. Oh, but she got a maple leaf. That's the first time we've ever had a maple leaf, so that's interesting. But all right, we didn't catch that little critter, but we do happen to have a rat. So let's go ahead and we will make a little bath of some kind. I think we'll put it like over here maybe. Yeah, right back here. And then Willow can go ahead and bathe the cats in exchange for a rodent, just like we talked about before. So it's kind of like the mouse bile that they use to get ticks off. So 1 second. All right, and here we go. So we have figured out something even better than getting a bathtub and making Willow bathe the cats, and that is thanks to Scrooge. So I was actually just getting ready to buy the bathtub and then go through the motions where Willow actually has to like bathe the cat in exchange for the rodent that would get rid of the fleas. Oh no, Mossleaf, are you coughing up a hairball? Oh no. But I was worried about having to do all of that, and then Scrooge actually commented on the last video and said, why don't, instead of doing that, we actually just go ahead and use the testing cheats enabled on mod, and then what you do is you have your cat and you just, oh no, she does have a hairball from grooming. Oh, that's so sad. But then you go ahead and you just right click on the moodlet and it gets rid of it. So she no longer has fleas, and we just do it by going in and using that cheat to do it. But then what we do is we come in and we will now get rid of the rat. And money doesn't matter, so this is the same as deleting the rat. And we will have just used it to have its mouse bile and get rid of the fleas. And I actually like that because it's much more hands-off, lets the cats kind of control the situation a lot more. So thank you so much, Scrooge. That was perfect. Perfect. And so that's kind of really cool because it's like the medicine cats actually sort of do something. And Mossleaf is not a medicine cat. She was a medicine cat apprentice, and she never became a formal medicine cat before she had to leave her clan. And so she just knows a few tricks. And getting rid of fleas and ticks is definitely like one of the first tricks that you would probably learn when you are in the clan. So that's good. Meanwhile, Honey Wish is over here having a great time playing with the toy. And Lion's Son is off to go jump onto those mushrooms that the cats seem to be completely obsessed with. And what's Dawnstep doing? She's just running around. So Dawnstep seems pretty hyper. She seems to just really enjoy trying to figure out what's going on. She doesn't really seem to have anything in particular in mind. She seems kind of flighty. And Lion's Son, let's see, sniff dogaze, survey from the cat condo. So we might actually have him go and survey, oh, sleep in a pet bed. So we might start doing some of these. Oh, he wants to go nuzzle. So he's off to try to nuzzle Dawnstep. So let's see how this goes. He's very friendly, so he's checking in with her because he saw her like running by. So how's this going to end up? And then actually... here, we'll send Mossleaf over here. Oh, that didn't go so well. So Dawnstep didn't really want anything to do with him. And he's coming over to watch a cardinal now. Oh, Dawnstep. She seems a little bit disconcerted about life. So, And we'll let her just kind of do her own thing, trying to do a pretty hands-off approach. And in just a little bit, now that the sun is rising, we might find somebody else coming to visit the area. But let's see. Mossleaf, you come over here. We'll have you run. And someone had a pretty cool idea, and I'm not sure how easy it would be to do this, but someone had a pretty cool idea where if a cat got injured somehow, then you would make it so they always have to walk to each destination. So if they had like a bad leg, they had to walk everywhere, and they might not be able to go on big journeys. Like say they wouldn't be able to go to the gatherings because they would have an injured leg. So we're definitely going to be looking into that. All right, Florence, you're driving me nuts. All right, and where is little Mossleaf? So Lionson doesn't know how to hunt just yet. So we'll have to see how we are going to teach him how to hunt. Meanwhile, Honeywish is over there learning how to hunt. So that is pretty useful. All right, and we want to sniff Lionson. So let's try this out. So we'll be over here. What are you doing begging for a job, Lionson? That's interesting. I don't know how to take that dream. And he's thinking about Dawnstep, actually. And then here's Mossleaf. And give me just a second, guys. We're going to come over and we are going to do something with Willow. We are going to make her phone silent. Willow, you're like ruining this. You need to like ignore calls from now on. And then I need to make it so that like your phone doesn't make any noise. All right, so we're going to go ahead phone settings and you can silence the phone. And now it doesn't matter if she gets called because Willow is just the background forest. She's the forest spirit. All right. There you go, Mossleaf. Successful sniff. Successful sniff. Yay. All right. Can we do anything else? Friendly, socialize, maybe? Lionson is thinking about himself and looks like he's taking a nap, you guys. He's kind of a lazy cat. He's a gorgeous, lazy cat. Beautiful, beautiful, lazy, lazy, lazy cat. All right. So Mossleaf and Lionson are trying to get to know each other a little bit better. And he's actually talking about Dawnstep somewhat. And I think now that the sun is up, we're going to find something else has just happened. And here he is. So a new cat has just appeared on the forest territory where Mossleaf might be staking out her own clan. And it is Branch Pelt. And Branch Pelt here is actually not a bad cat. There's nothing really evil about him whatsoever. He's just very ambitious and he wants a territory of his own. So this is actually the top contender for whether or not Lionson might end up as one of the top males around here, or maybe Branch Pelt. But Lionson and Branch Pelt actually do have a little bit of a history together. They do not get along that well on the farm. Branch Pelt really kind of led the way. He was the rougher and tougher of some of the male cats, and that's why he has his wonderful Dawnstep as his mate. So Dawnstep is indeed his mate, and he has come up to see what she's been up to since he's come up here. They actually have a very close relationship, even though Dawnstep is quite interesting because Dawnstep keeps having this little desire to become best friends with Otterslip Rogue. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see because she's supposed to be mates with Branch Pelt, but she keeps having ideas about like Otterslip, and even though Otterslip has a mate too, so a lot of the cats already have mates. But Dawnstep, you know, she's over here with Branch Pelt. They're sort of staking out the area and trying to figure out whether or not this is a territory where maybe if there is nobody else already in control, they might be able to come in and be the leaders. And is that really a bad thing? We'll have to figure this out, because is Lionson really meant to be leader? Is Mossleaf really meant to be leader? Right now they're talking about, it looks like Mossleaf is talking about her remedy for fleas, and Lionson seems to be talking about like when the weird water falls from the sky or something along those lines. So that is very interesting. So we'll have to see what happens now. But here's Branch Pelt, and he's just here. He wants to sniff Quail Eye, Fern Creek, anybody. These are mostly, looks like he has a lot of connections to the other cats in other areas. So he's got a lot of connections to cats in other areas. Lionson's off to do a little bit of a territory marking in the litter boxes. And we're going to go ahead. Oh, look at her. She just noticed that there is this cardinal right over here that she is going to try catching. So let's go ahead and let her catch this cardinal. And meanwhile, Branch Pelt he doesn't seem too worried about anything. Sniff the wild wolf. What is that about? Do you have a relationship with wolves, sir? What is happening here? He actually has run into the foxes and a wolf. So he's run into wolves, foxes. He does not have a good relationship with Lion Son. He ranks Lion Son in the same category that he ranks foxes, wolves, and two legs. So we'll have to see what on earth that means. And he also, interestingly enough, especially because of what the prophecy says, to find the path light shall take, the doe must be found. He does not have a good relationship with dogays. So I didn't know that. This is all just kind of creating itself as we go, you guys. He does not have a good relationship with dogays. He considers Lion Son to be no better than a fox or a wolf. So I don't think he would allow Lion Son to stick around here if Lion Son wanted to stay here, and if Branch Pelt decided to try to make this his territory. So I wonder what that's going to mean. All right, well, let's see what Dawnstep thinks about her mate coming over here. So let's see. Oh, and Dawnstep wants to hiss at Willow? You guys! Oh, I don't know about this. Dawnstep wants to hiss at Willow, who happens to be like the spirit of the forest here in this area. So, these things are getting kind of interesting over here, that's for sure. And Lion Son's over here. And meanwhile, very interestingly, look at this. Look at what we have over here. So remember how earlier we had Honeywish and she was actually watching those turtles? Look at what she's doing now. She is training so hard with her hunting skill. So Honeywish is very interesting because she's actually decided, okay, this is pretty good area. She's trying to get her hunting skills up because she's normally lived on that farm with the two legs and just, they throw out food for the wildcats now and then and she would eat it because she's a rogue. And now they're looking at like wild territory. And so she very practically has just settled in and is trying to advance her skills and mark the territory in the area. So that is really interesting. Oh my gosh, lots of stuff going on. All right, let's see what Mossleaf's up to. She's going to make the most of trying to catch. She's done with her hairball, thank goodness. We should figure out what of all of the things they can gather might help with hairballs. Maybe frogs, like a frog. Be able to loosen a hairball. So that's going to be pretty interesting. And I'm not trying to cast Branch Pelt. You guys have to roll with me on some of the story things. And even though you have favorites, I'm not trying to cast Branch Pelt as being like a, yeah, look at that. She got a cardinal. All right. Is it a rare? Dang it. So I'm not trying to cast Branch Pelt as being a like evil cat. I don't think there's really good or evil to excessive degrees in a lot of characters. There's just shades of it in different ways. And I just think it's very interesting because Branch Pelt, where the branch falls kind of falls into the prophecy, and Branch Pelt was actually, this is the other little bit of the prophecy, when the lion shines and the branch falls, on the pole where you guys actually helped to create this prophecy, Lion Son was the very top vote and Branch Pelt was the very bottom. So where the lion shines and the branch falls, and you guys made that happen actually. Then add to the fact that he is already mates with Dawnstep, and that Dawnstep actually wants to hiss at Willow, and that Branch Pelt actually thinks that Lion Son is no better than like a fox or a wolf. So things are getting very, very, very interesting over here, you guys. And it's cool, kind of cool, because Branch Pelt seems to want to run a clan of his own. He's very familiar with a ton of the cats. He's got relationships with a ton of the cats. So we're going to have to see how that goes. But just as a little aside, we will have to figure out how to get rid of these chip bags. So the empty chip bag curse is what we are calling this. And if a cat catches something that is rarity rare or higher, like unusually unusual or whatever the other rarities are, or unusually uncommon, anything that's rare or higher, then they're able to get rid of one chip bag because they can say that they're like that great of a hunter. They're really feeling the spirit of the wild. But we've got to get rid of these chip bags before they reach 10 chip bags, because if you get 10 chip bags, then you have to go into two-legger territory for a whole day and a night, and who knows what might happen when you're down there. All sorts of bad things. So that's what's happening over here. This is very interesting. All right, socialize with Honeywish, best friends with Otterslip. What are we doing over here? He's coming over to watch this trilobite beetle. He's serving! This trilobite beetle's already in the prey pile, you guys. Branch Pelt is surveying the food in the prey pile. Oh my goodness. What's going on over here, Branch Pelt? You're like writing yourself the story. Oh my gosh. So he wants to sniff Crowfeather. He does want to sniff Lion Son, so we're going to give him the opportunity to do that. So Lion Son, he's not the most elegant cat. I will admit that Lion Son is a bit of a goofball, but we're going to have him go here, and we'll go ahead and let Branchpelt sniff him to see how they react to each other. And what do you want to do, sir? And he wants to actually sniff Branchpelt. Also, I think it's very interesting to note that Lion Son actually wants to sniff Dogaze. Does he have a good relationship with Dogaze? Where is his relationship, if any? Let's see, Otterslip. Actually, he does have a bit of a relationship with Dogaze, so that is something to keep in mind too, and a bit of a relationship with Silverfang, the Elder, who I have not forgotten about. So don't you guys worry about that. Don't you guys worry about that. We'll figure something out there. And then let's see. Let's have him sniff Branchpelt. So let's let the two males meet one another and see what they say. And I think that's very interesting that first thing Branchpelt does is go over and check out what's going on in the prey pile. All right, so let's friendly sniff. Like I said there, I'm not trying to make them enemies. I'm just kind of going with the story. So don't panic, you guys. Even if you really love a cat, we're going to try to make sure all of the cats really have a chance to shine. Just there might be some story that we're going to have to write and make it tense and full of drama. In the background here too. All right. Is it going pretty neutral? Pretty neutral on both sides? All right. They're not at each other's throats. And he wants to sniff Mossleaf now. So we're going to have to figure this out, you guys. I think that we have two big kahunas here. In other words, two big toms. And I think Lion Son is just beginning to realize maybe he doesn't want to give up this territory like he had to give up the farm territory. Maybe he's realizing that a little bit, but I think he'd be willing to give up this area just like he gave up the farm territory if Branchpelt proved himself to be a better leader. So now the question might be, would the prophecy have something to do with officially founding the clan and showing just who might really live up to sacrificing themselves for the good of the clan and thus being the leader? So I may or may not have some ideas about that. And as usual, you guys, your support brings these stories out faster, and we're going to have to change things up just a little bit because I didn't intend to double dose quite as intensely as we have. So here's how it's going to work from now on. After today, you guys have earned double episodes today, so there will be an episode coming up right after this. But after today, the support on the episode, if you guys can get to the 500, then there will for sure be an episode the next day. And if you get to the 1000, there will for sure be 2 episodes. But if we don't quite make it to the 500, then it'll be a day's break. So then we'll take a break between episodes. And then the next day, the day after, we'll have a new warrior. So there would be 1 day break if we don't quite reach that support level. And that's just so that maybe I could have a little built-in support. But don't worry, I'm trying to get the rest days in. Just when we double dosed and triple dosed, I wasn't quite intending to set it up like that. So it's going to work like this from now on. 500 is an episode guaranteed tomorrow. 1000 is 2 episodes guaranteed for the next day. And if we don't quite reach the first goal, then there's just going to be a little break, and then the day after that, we will have an episode. We will always have it on an every other day schedule. Just you guys can bring those days a little bit faster, and you can do double episodes if we reach that 1000 goal. And don't worry, we will definitely try to make sure that on weekends we can do some extra episodes. Just doing it so often where we did 1 episode 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 is a little bit dangerous for Seri. So hang in there, you guys. The stories are going to be coming, and it is in your guys' power. If just 20% of you get left alike, then that would still be double episodes every day at that rate. And I would be willing to put aside other projects and with that kind of support acknowledge that this is going to be the main liner. So I just wanted to let you guys know that, and I'm not trying to upset anybody. I'm not trying to pander for it. I'm not trying to push you guys into doing anything you don't want. And don't worry, I will take care of myself in the background. Just that kind of support would let me know that I need to make some choices on other series. But I love this. I love this so much. So when I can, I will surprise you guys with bonuses. That's my trade-off promise to you. There will be a surprise bonus warrior episodes coming out, especially now that things are going to start picking up, and especially because we are going to start working our way towards having kits and expanding the clan officially pretty soon. So the meeting of the 2 big drama players has happened. I think it's very interesting. Branchpelt came over. First thing he did was check out what was in the prey pile. And very interesting that Lion Son actually has gone over and on his own spent time with Willow. So he's gone over and on his own spent time around Willow, with what she's doing. And Dawnstep, meanwhile, wants to hiss at Willow, the spirit of the forest herself. So we're really going to have to look into this. We're going to have to, and she does want to sniff Dogaze, though. She wants to socialize with Mossleaf. So Dawnstep seems kind of more in the middle ground. Oop, and there's that lizard that Mossleaf really loves. She loves this Angami lizard or whatever it is. So we'll have her catch that in a second. But yeah, we'll really have to kind of keep an eye on this. And meanwhile, Honeywish just seems, look at her. She's marking territory markers. She seems to be settling in. She is working so hard. She has given herself fatigue with training. And I think we're going to be pretty impressed by what Honeywish pulls off. So we'll have to see how the day plays out. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.